So you're all probably pretty familiar with this screen. This is our event overview screen. This is where we manage every part of the guest experience. It's also where we send emails, manage our guest list, view analytics, right? So what you'll notice here, and again, this is not in general release yet. If you're interested in the beta, please let me know. We have lots of customers using it. The presence of the Add Touchpoint button. By selecting that, I can now add that virtual event page to my event, and I can click into that. So, whoa, that logo is a little big. Let me use some of these familiar tools. Shrink it down a bit. So what's cool here is you can see that this experience already inherited my brand guidelines. My tools to be great purple, my logo, it's all there. So I don't have to burn a ton of calories getting this set up. But I will show you what we saw with the guest experience, my ability to jump between the different states that I'm able to design. And again, that's the live stream. That's the actual virtual event taking place. That is the countdown screen that guests will see more than a half hour upon landing on Touchpoint. There's the check-in screen that happens inside of 30 minutes. And then there's that link view screen. Again, if a guest tries to share their personal URL with somebody, we're able to recognize that, direct the person back to the registration page so they get a link of their own. So you saw me update the logo by updating the size here. If I wanted to swap this out for an alternative logo, again, this is going to be extremely simple. I just grab a PNG or a JPEG from my computer, pop in a new logo, and adjust. Now, where the most upside is potentially here is with your background. You can have a lot of fun with this. So, of course, you could select one of the colors from your palette, but it is pretty awesome to be able to update this with a really nice background image. So you could see just uploading a single background asset completely transforms the experience. It becomes highly branded, right? Doesn't that look awesome? So that only took a few seconds. And again, I would follow suit and just make similar updates on all 4 of my states here. Now, probably the most important part is going to be embedding our virtual content. So I'm going to hit the embed option here. And now this is going to greet me with a quick menu for selecting my different embeds. So in this scenario, let's say my organization used Vimeo, which I am a huge fan of because of their video quality and chat. All you would have to do is paste in your Vimeo ID, hit enable chat, save your changes. It's there, right? So it's starting on September 17th. It's embedded. That is a beautiful thing. Now, let's say you wanted to do something like YouTube Live. No problem. What you would do is just go to any YouTube Live video. I'm going to use something kind of tranquil today. Grab that embed code, paste that into the custom embed option, hit save changes. You have a live video playing right here. So Vimeo, YouTube, that easy. Any other platform that has an embed code, all you're going to have to do is paste in. Now for the big one, Zoom, which of course is arguably the most important due to how much stuff they have going on these days, we make this one incredibly easy too. So what you would do is you would just pop in your Zoom webinar ID or your Zoom meeting ID. It works for both. Choose to enable chat or show guest emails. If you're blocking this with a passcode, which is a good idea, you would just enter your passcode in here too and hit save changes. So now this is going to be embedded for your big day. And what I would like to do is just now customize slightly the background of this section and the button itself so that we are greeting our guests with something really exciting. So maybe we'll say, smile. Camera. Man, I'm having a hard time typing with an audience today. I'm sorry. I would make this nice and big, so maybe like 64 font here. Nice. Now I come to my button. I could change my button color up. Actually, we'll keep the text white and go with a purple background. So nice and simple here, right? So this is the screen before joining the Zoom. Upon hitting join now, the embedded meeting appears right here. Now, you might be asking, Zach, what about that link out option you discussed in your presentation earlier? How can we do that? That is done right here. So you just select link out. You're again able to customize all of those different states leading up, even up to this screen. The only difference is you would link out, you'd put the link to your Zoom platform right in here, and that would open Zoom in another window. So very versatile. And what's great is you can really personalize this. Okay, so after my embed is done, I am gonna hop over to my confirmations. This is really important. You could see in both my on-page and my email confirmations, I'm using language that's instructional. I'll zoom in a bit for you. So it's talking about the personal viewing link, which does also show up on the guest calendar invite. And you could see I'm extra explicit in my confirmation email. Now, the secret to making all of this work, if I pop into design here for my email, this goes for my confirmation and my reminders, is this button. By using the virtual event URL tag, that is how we produce a unique viewing link for each guest. That's all you have to include. You could put that in a button or a general hyperlink. So that's always going to be in my reminder emails. Some guests choose to only put it in reminders and not confirmations. I typically put it in confirmations. It depends on how private the event's going to be. Okay, so those are our confirmations, super straightforward. Now we're in our email tab. Let me just show you how I got there. Email is to the left. In my email tab, my best practice, I'm always going to have my day of and my 1 hour away email, just like you received today. So when I open one of these up, you can see we also have our nice simple design, all the branding, the logo. The button consistently has that virtual event URL, which produces that unique link. Now, as a best practice, even before the day of the event, I go to my recipients on both emails. I select my attending list. It's at 0 right now, that's fine. And I'm going to schedule this to go out 1 hour before the event. And the reason I do this is so I do not have to remember to do this the day of the event. I want to automate this, get it out of the way. Whoever registered will receive this email and be able to join my webinar or virtual event in just a few clicks. So that's the email process. Again, very straightforward. What I want to get to, the last part of the demo is just show you the guest list. So within the guest list, we talked about 2 really key data points: checked in time, when the person joined the touch point or entered the touch point, and the checked out time, when the person left. So this doesn't just represent the automated attendee report. You're not manually checking anyone in, but it allows you to identify how long people are on and where people may have dropped off. The other thing you could see here is we do have our virtual event URL for each guest, which could be exported or copied. So if you're using a different email platform than Splash, you can grab that here. Or if someone deleted their confirmation for some reason or their reminder, you could shoot it over to them manually.